Hey now everybody, Jamie here, and today I'm going to give you a deep dive, compare and contrast review of all the game bags I use to tote my board games all over creation. There's 6 worthy contenders, so let's get it on! Alright, so we're going to go from the least expensive to the most expensive. Now the first 2 on the list are actually cajon bags. If you don't know what a cajon is, basically it's a percussion instrument. It's a wooden box that you sit on and you tap away a beat. And it just so happens that a cajon is the exact same dimensions as a stack of board games, so these work perfectly as game bags. Now the first one is called the Pyle Pro Cajon Bag. Now this one will hold 6 standard board games and retails for $53.99, but you will never pay that. Amazon has it listed for $25 and you will almost always pay a little less than that. Our second contender here is the ChromaCast Cajon Bag, which is nearly the same dimensions. It holds 6 standard board games, retails for $49.99, and, as I said, Amazon always has it for around $26 or less. Our third one on the list here is an actual board gaming bag. It is the Game Hall Game Night Bag. This one holds 4 standard games and retails on their website for $39.99. Now this one also comes in a larger size that holds 6 standard board games. This one retails for $49.99. Now I don't have one of these, so I'm not adding it into the mix here, but just know if you like this style, you can get a larger version. Now we get to the big dogs in the race. These are the premium level game bags, the Game Canopy Bag. The first one is their smallest model. It's the Vanguard. It's made of a water-resistant Cordura. Cordura is super durable and resistant to abrasion, tears, and scuffs. It's really powerful stuff. This one holds 3 standard board games and costs $110. Then we have the Game Canopy Bag. This is the original model. It's also made of Cordura and holds 5 standard board games and costs $149. And lastly, we have the brand new model, the Game Canopy Deep Space Bag. This one also has Cordura, but this one is built for oversized board games. We're talking your Gloomhavens, Madara, Batman, Conan, Mythic Battles, Pantheon. Those games with big, weirdly shaped boxes that don't fit in any other bag. It can hold about 2 of those, or 1 and a number of other games as well. This one retails for $199, but if you get it on Kickstarter, it is $169. Construction. In the construction category, clearly the Game Canopy Bag takes the cake. They have the best construction. They have that water-resistant Cordura, like I mentioned. That stuff was designed before World War II and has been developed ever since. And this stuff can be taken to a battlefield in a war, and your board games will not get banged up. So it's high-quality stuff here. They got padding on every wall of these bags, and we as board gamers are very neurotic, and we hate it when the corners of our board games get smushed, and that will never happen with these unless you drive over it with a Mack truck. Now, that said, all of these bags have padding in them. Let's take the Game Hall Game Night Bag. It has padding as well, and it's almost as good a quality of padding. Now, the canvas on the outside is not as high a quality as the Game Canopy bags, but let's be honest, we're not taking our board games into a battlefield. We're taking them to game nights, game stores, we're taking them to game conventions, and those are not battlefields. Well, Gen Con might be a battlefield. It kind of looks like one sometimes. But we don't need that kind of quality here. We're not climbing Mount Everest with our board games, so this is a high-quality game bag for what we need it for. So I can honestly say that I'm exactly as comfortable putting my games into the Game Hall Game Night Bag as the Game Canopy bags. But let's go to the cajon bags, because I bought these cajon bags, and I use them all the time. I'll be honest, the construction is nowhere near the other 2. The Pyle Pro Cajon Bag is clearly the worst of all of these. The stitching is visibly worse than the other bags, all of the other bags. The canvas and the padding of all the walls don't feel as thick as the others. If you look at the way it's constructed here, the corners are rounded as opposed to the ChromaCast, which are square. And if you haven't noticed, board game boxes are square. I've had situations where I've been able to fit one more thin board game into the ChromaCast than the Pyle Pro because of the square corners. The ChromaCast, it has much better stitching. It has a better, chunkier zipper. The form factor is much better on the ChromaCast as well. Now, what makes both cajon bags different than the other bags is that they are both backpacks. They have backpack straps on them. Both of them have mediocre quality backpack straps here. Now, I've had both of these for 2 years as well, and I've used them as backpacks, and I've never had them break or anything like that. But here's something you have to pay attention to about all of these. Take the Game Canopy Bag. These straps go all the way around the bottom and up across. This strap right here is one solid strap, and it is stitched here and here and here and here and here. It's stitched all over the place. So this thing is not going to break. No way. But then look at the Game Hall Game Night Bag as well as the Cajon bags. These are not as durable. You can see that they're all stitched like one place on each one of them. See that? So what this means is all of the weight inside of this bag is being held by this one stitch and this one stitch on all of these different bags. But on the Game Canopy bags, all of the weight inside of that bag is being supported by the strap itself, not by the stitches. So clearly in the construction category, the Game Canopy Bag takes the cake. But I will say that the Game Hall Game Night Bag is excellent. It has the quality that we actually need, not the quality we think we need. The only exception there is how the weight is distributed when you're carrying it with those stitches. The Cajon bags, though they are the lowest quality of the bunch, they're still not garbage. Like I said, I've used them for 2 years, never had a single issue with either of them. That said, I would go with the ChromaCast Cajon Bag over the Pyle Pro simply because the construction is better. So in this category of construction, the Game Canopy Bag clearly wins. All three of these are absolutely fantastic and will last you your entire life. You will never need to replace them. All of the other ones could possibly wear out eventually. Design and features. I've been a designer for years, so the design, the features, and the usability of a product is very important to me. So looking at this category, I have to start off again with the Game Canopy bags because they fall a little short in the design category for me. When you're unzipping these things to pack or unpack them, they have the zipper in the center where it zips up around the top and over to the other side, and it falls forward. And it has this really weird design for the front flap. I absolutely don't like this at all. I find this design to be a nuisance when I'm trying to fill my bag and empty my bag. Whenever I get somewhere, there's this big cumbersome front piece that falls off, and it just doesn't feel good. When I look at the other three options, the 2 Cajon bags and the Game Hall Game Night Bag, these open perfectly. They open on the front side. You zip down on either side, you pull the flap forward, and there are all the games right there stacked up in front of you. You can slip them in real easy. You can pull them out real easy. The front flap does not get in the way. And actually, when I take them to game days, I will take the front flap and I will tuck it underneath, so that the games are all stacked up inside of the game bag, and they're on display now for everybody who wants to walk by and be like, "Oh, I want to play that one," and pull it out. This is an impossibility with the Game Canopy bags. You can't do it that way because that big front flap is all over the place. Talking about carrying these things, of course, the Pyle Pro and the ChromaCast both have backpack straps, which are nice to have. And they also have the handle on the top. The Game Night Game Hall bag and the Game Canopy bags have the handle on the top, but they also have a shoulder strap. Now, I've never once used the shoulder strap. I've tried. It's uncomfortable. When you have it on your shoulder, the game bag like kind of hangs out in a weird way. I just don't like it, but you can remove it, which I have, and that's fine. So it's a neat feature to have if you like that sort of thing. I mentioned in the construction section that the Game Canopy bags have the strap that go all the way across the bottom to support the weight. One byproduct of that is now you have to have this handle that has Velcro on it. So that's an extra little bit of annoyance. You got to undo that every time you want to open the bag up. The other ones have a handle that you just grab it and go. But despite that little inconvenience being a ding against it, the reason that those Velcro handles are there make up for it. Most of these bags have side pouches, compartments, all sorts of different things on them. Now, the ChromaCast Cajon Bag has nothing. Zero. No pouches all over it. It's just a straight bag. The Pyle Pro Cajon Bag has this gigantic one right on the front. This thing can hold quite a few card games, like smaller box games and your keys and whatever you want. So actually, this one has one of the best compartments right on the front. The Game Canopy bags, I'm not digging theirs. They have pockets. You can just throw things in them, but there's nothing securing them. No zippers, no Velcro, no nothing. It's just, they're there. And actually, I really like the ones from the Game Hall Game Bag. There's a little zipper pouch on the one side and a mesh pouch on the other side. You can put a water bottle in there. You can throw things in there. So to sum up the design, features, and usability section, My favorite is the Game Hall Game Night Bag. I think this one's designed perfectly. It's got enough pouches on it. It's got the shoulder straps, it's got the top handle. Everything about it works. All three of the Game Canopy bags fall short in this category for me because I just don't like the design of how it's built. I can live with the handle that you got to Velcro. I can live with the pouches without zippers, but the way it zippers up the middle and it looks like it just falls into two pieces and it's designed weird, I just don't dig that. The Cajon bags are just fine. Of course, the ChromaCast has the better shape, but the Pyle Pro has the awesome pouch on the front with the zipper. So it's a wash between those two, and the winner of the category is the Game Hall Game Night Bag. Value for your money. Value for your money is very important in this discussion. We have game bags that are dirt cheap all the way up to game bags that are super duper expensive. I got the Vanguard Game Canopy Bag and the Deep Space Game Canopy Bag about 2 weeks ago, but I've had the traditional Game Canopy Bag, the two Cajon bags, and the Game Hall Game Night Bag for over 2 years now and have been using them consistently. All of them have held up through all of that use for 2 years. This all has to come down to value for your money and what your budget can allow. Starting with the Cajon bags. These two Cajon bags are almost the same thing. They're the same size, same shape. They're both backpacks. The difference here is the quality of construction. The ChromaCast is just a better product than the Pyle Pro. The only thing the Pyle Pro has over the ChromaCast is that big old pouch right on the front. If you want that, okay, there you go. But for the rest of it, if you're going to go with the $25 route, which both of these are about $25, you probably should go with the ChromaCast because it's going to hold up better. The Game Hall Game Night Bag. This one is such an amazing value for your money. This thing is $40. Construction, design, features, everything about this bag is so great for $40. And if you're comparing this smaller bag to the two Cajon bags, they hold 6, this holds 4. If you really need that bigger option, remember, Game Hall's website has the bigger version that holds 6 games, and it's $50, only $10 more than the 4 version. Now we're looking at the Game Canopy bags, and these are the very, very expensive ones. The Vanguard is the small one, $110. You got the standard size, $150. You got the Deep Space for your big size board games, $200. If you're getting it on Kickstarter, it's $170. What you're paying for here is quality of construction, quality of the materials, and a design that really, really is a solid bag, a much better bag than all of these other ones as far as the durability of the thing. But I can't lie, I gotta say that paying over $100 for a board game bag seems like a lot to me. I don't think the value's there for me personally. I could buy any one of these other bags and buy a bunch of board games to put in it too. So I gotta say that the winner of this category, value for your money, goes back to the Game Hall Game Bag. That thing, the value's there. I'm not going to a battlefield. I'm not climbing Mount Everest. I'm not dragging it through a swamp. I don't need the quality of a Game Canopy bag because my games are going to be just fine in that Game Hall bag for $40. And then looking at the opposite end of the spectrum, $40 isn't that much of a jump from $25 for the Cajon bags. And I'm getting better construction. I'm getting better features. So for me, the Game Hall Game Bag takes this category as well. Final thoughts. All right, so in summary, it really all depends on what your motivations are behind buying these bags, right? Number one, if you want the absolute best quality bag that you can find, best materials, best construction, if you want to show up at game night and have everybody go, oh my God, then Game Canopy is the way to go. If you got the money to spend and you want the best thing out there, this is the way to go. And that Game Canopy Deep Space bag is the only one that holds those big size board games. So you might have to go with something like that if that's what you're looking for. Opposite end of the spectrum. You don't care about impressing anybody. You don't care about the quality. You just want something that works. Throw down something like $25 on Amazon. Get yourself the ChromaCast Cajon Bag. It'll serve you well. But for my money, where I would put down my dough, it's going to be the Game Hall Game Night Bag. This thing works great. The price is right. It's got all the features I'm looking for. This is the one that I'm going to use more often than any other. And I'm going to go buy the one that holds 6. And also, while you're at it, I don't know why, while you're at the website to buy the Game Hall Game Night Bag, you can buy a meat pillow as well. I actually have one of these, and I didn't think that I'd ever want to have it. But it sits on the couch, my wife loves it, and we use it every single day. Thanks so much, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video, please do us a giant favor by subscribing to the channel and clicking that wacky bell icon. If you're into board games, miniatures games, role-playing games, we have a bunch of audio podcasts you might enjoy. You can find those at thesecretcabal.com or on iTunes and Stitcher.